So here I am, people, having slept on another exotic for nearly a full season. As a warlock main, I should not be worthy. I should not be allowed to play this class. So do not be like me and go get them if you do not already have them. The osmiomancy gloves they're just supreme in their own right, and they are tied to the Stasis subclass. These things are fucking sick, and here's why. Number one, you can just humiliate champions. You know, if that's your thing, you know, you don't even need to run champions mods. I mean, look at this poor unstoppable champion. I don't even have an unstoppable like weapon mod equipped. Do you know what I mean? Number two, you can smash even the hardest of lost sectors. Three, just pretty much be the ultimate warlock. Fuck shit up and just shut down entire rooms, even in endgame activity, by yourself. One man army. You decide, pretty much. Or you can just be the king of Gambit. Just freeze everything, shatter everything, and just the people's champion. So the osmiomancy gloves pretty much allow you to spam your cold snap grenades or your bleak watchers. The way I do it, I throw a cold snap, get one right back, throw a bleak watcher, throw a cold snap. You get the rhythm we're going, shutting down rooms. It's that simple. So basically what it does as well, it gives you 2 cold snap grenades and refunds you a lot of grenade energy on direct hits, not whiffs, direct hits. And I think when you like throw it at a yellow bar or whatever, you get a bit more grenade energy back. So if you don't know by now, this is definitely got to be a grenade spam build. We're going to play into this grenade build a lot more, and it's really simple to put together. All it takes is a few easy mods, but first we'll go over the subclass and show the aspects that we're running with the Stasis tree. So the 2 aspects that we're using with the tree: glacial harvest, so we can create stasis shards when we freeze the target. And a good thing with the grenades, don't even need kills, you just hit them with a grenade, it spawns stasis shards straight away on a hit. And then we've got the bleak watcher for our turrets. Right, so the fragments we're using, they are going to give us an extra 10 in recovery, strength, resilience and intellect, which is super clean for this build. Who doesn't like free stats, right? You know what I'm saying? The first fragment we're using is Whisperer Chains, so when we're near frozen targets we get that damage resist that we all love. To next we've got Whisper Endurance, slow abilities last longer. We're using Whisperer Rending. Kinetic weapons do increased damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. Can I just say something, guys? This mod is absolutely goated, by the way. Absolutely like one of the best mods for stasis builds. And lastly, we're using Whisperer Conduction. Stasis shards track to your position. By now, if you don't already know, we are going to be creating stasis shards with this build. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We've got more builds coming, season 17, but enough with the small talk. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Let's just get cracking with the rest of the build. And the first thing you are going to need is 3 firepower mods, and these go on solar affinity armor types. So what this does, while you charge your light, you regain a portion of your grenade energy when you use your grenade. So this does stack, and we're going to stack it up 3 times. But by far the easiest way with this build to become charger light is through elemental shards. Like I was saying before, when you throw your cold snap at a target, it will create elemental shards around it, so these will track to your destination. And when you slot the mod elemental charge, this will enable us to become charge light, right, because we are picking up an elemental well that matches our subclass. So that is the first variation of this build. There are 3 different builds that I will show you. All 3 builds are for different types of activities and only require a little bit of shuffling mods around. Basically all it will be doing is you will be able to keep the same fragments and aspects. The only thing you will be changing out is a firepower mod, but equally works amazing with the build, and we'll still be able to get our grenades back fast as fuck. The first variation of this build is going to be for like your farming lost sectors or doing endgame activities like Grandmaster Nightfalls and all that good stuff. So with all three variations of the build, I do recommend 100 discipline, but either way, if you're in like 80s or 90s, it will still work because we've got weapons that will replace the stats that you're missing just to get our grenade back even faster. The first build is going to be using the arbelest. We all know it's one of the best exotics this season for endgame activity, just because it's got anti-barrier built into it and it's got genesis and disruption break. So I was just doing a lost sector before, and it had overload champions in it and unstoppables. I didn't bother using an unstoppable champion mod. I would rather use a submachine gun for the pesky overloads that just keep shape shifting all about the fucking place. Use a weapon that has some sort of ability regen built into it, so the title with classic contender is a really good weapon to pair with this variation of the build, and just throw on any heavy that you like. Hothead is a really good choice. So that's the first variation of the build. So the next two variations of this build, all you're going to do is take out a firepower mod and you're going to slot Font of Might, so we get an extra 25% damage buff with a weapon that matches our subclass. And we are using none other than my favourite trace rifle, Ager's Scepter. If you just like me, you love freezing and shattering everything and gaining massive buffs with Ager's Scepter catalyst, like this is just so good for ag clearing. And one thing to remember is that when season 17 comes, there could be trace rifle champion mods, so this could be really good for farming lost sectors. It does annoy me that we can't really use this weapon in lost sectors that much, because we obviously Bungie's pushing like a double primary game, so it's really hard sometimes to use this in lost sectors with champions. But nonetheless, endgame activities, 90% of your daily activities, this shreds, and it's super fun. So it's the same variation. We do have classic contender with the title, totally your choice for your primary and heavy, but the mods are the same, and this is just a really fun build, so try it out if you already haven't. It's super dope. So the last variation of this build I like to call is the Gambit killer. Now listen to me, nobody likes playing Gambit. I like playing it a little bit, but not a lot. So this build, right, I took it into Gambit, and I enjoyed playing Gambit for about 10 games straight because it's super clean, fast regens all over the place, because we're using the Traveler's Chosen. You already know what this does. It's a 6 sidearm, and we're going to be getting a 25% damage buff from Font of Might. We're going to be throwing our cold snaps. It has osmosis built into it when you get the catalyst, so it turns our Traveler's Chosen into a stasis sidearm with packs a heavy punch, and we are using harmonic siphon with it, so we get orbs of power when we're getting kills with our stasis Traveler's Chosen. Pair it with a disruption break grenade launcher, so when you break shields you're getting a 50% damage increase with your Traveler's Chosen, and then throw on a stasis grenade launcher with demolitionist and one for all, maximum DPS with one for all, and with demolitionist you're getting your grenades back even faster as well. So they are the three variations of this build. I like this one a lot for lower tier content because it has a lot of variation, and you've got your really fast ability regen with your rift, your grenades, and your melee with the Traveler's Chosen, The grenade launchers are a really nice touch, something different, spice it up a bit. But yeah, they're the 3 variations. I hope these builds serve you well. Thank you for watching again. All my people who've been showing me support on the channel, make sure you leave a like. Let's get this build pushed out before season 17. Let's go. Love you all. I'm Cream Slice. Peace. Oh, and before I go, there will be a dim link in the description. Alright, peace.